And I'm recording now. There we go. Yep, it's recording. And I got your name in red on this. I'm like, I'm gonna just change
Yes.
things. I was like, you're November, baby, and I think November is red. I think that's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't
think
know.
everyone's got 2 3/4 colors or some shit like that. I don't know, some random shit. That it used to be just 2 colors, and now it's others. It's like, but it's also these. Like, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! It's 2 colors and leave it. Don't add shit. Sitting there trying to have extra, get extra money, bilk extra money out of these people looking up for horoscopes and stuff, and then trying to make yourself relevant by adding shit that's not thoroughly true, and fucking it all up. And now you put so much shit in the zodiac stuff. It's all ambiguous now. It's all pointless. Steve, I fucked it up. That's the thing about a human being. That's what I teach
Mm-hmm.
my daughter. Human beings are at the main art. Their main art is getting something positive and fucking it up as much as they can. And once it's fucked up, argue about it, but not about its original point, and then fuck it up more.
I see. Very important.
Shit, if we ain't fucking something up, then we have failed as a human being. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. That's definitely something that seems to be generally the case.
Hold on. See, I'm gonna have to get the headphones on. Sidra is just gonna be. She ain't listening to us, and she's doing her own thing.
Look,
And I'm like, what do you want me to see?
Tonga put a tweet out.
Why you following Tama Tonga? He don't talk to nobody. What'd he say? I'm
Tonga
curious.
says Tama the plumber Tonga for 2020 is a poll, yes or no, and it says because I be laying down the pipe.
Oh shit! He's running on that. If he was president, he'd be running on. He's laying down the pipe.
Laying down the pipe, and then he's got that face, Mr. Miyagi.
Tama Tonga's a fucking trip, man. I gotta admit, he cracks me the fuck up, and he speaks English, he's American and all that, yeah. But the one that responds to me are the Japanese. The Americans don't respond to me for shit when it comes to wrestlers, but the Japanese will talk to me. Go figure. Y'all are fucking it up. Okay, hold on, let me get the goddamn, I gotta get the headphones on. Hopefully I don't fuck up the sound. All right. I think I can. Uh-oh. I don't hear shit. Say something, man.
Yo.
Okay, there you go. Never mind. It was in. Okay. Damn. They cancel so much. They're random when they cancel silence and stuff like that. All the noise around me. Sometimes they cancel it out, and sometimes they don't do jack shit. All right. Let's see. So you want to talk to me about Tulsi Gabbard or Gabbard or whatever the fuck it is? She a sellout. You have to defend that. You have to be an apologist for her being a sellout, or just own up that she's a fucking sellout. That's the stance you're at, buddy.
Oh,
Feet,
man.
feet
No.
in the fire. Feet in the fire. You stand there and burn, or you jump out and be like, man, that bitch a sellout.
No, man. Like, for her to sell out, she would have to actually, get something. Like, there's nothing for her to get out of what she's saying.
Oh, yes,
Know what I
there
mean?
is. Yep, there is something to get.
All right,
You-
what do you think that she gets out of it?
First, all right, she's already got a progressive base, especially a female base. She's got that. It ain't massive, but she's got it. That means she
Alright.
can slowly change over to being centrist, and they'll accept it because there is so much centrist rhetoric. Even if they try to reject it, they're gonna hear that shit and stick with it. So that's one plan. And-
I think that is possible to basically, how do I say this? Hoodwink your supporters into changing their general beliefs,
Yeah,
like that.
That's why we got Democrats today. Black Democrats today are like that. They voted
Right,
against their
right,
interests in
right.
favor of their interests. It's crazy. You know, they want health care, but they don't want to pay. They don't want it for free.
Right.
And they can't afford it. It's stupid.
Here's the thing. As far as her general philosophy / ideology, like that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
she hasn't changed in the slightest. And
That's cool.
she wasn't trying to buy other people, so she's not selling out.
Then why is she defending Trump?
She's not.
She is.
As far as
she voted present.
She voted present on something based on what she believes, as far as the, like, if you've been paying attention to what she's saying, she is staunchly trying to toe this anti-tribalistic line. And she's not doing it very smartly. I'm not going to say she's doing it in the smartest way possible, but that is what she's aiming for. So the present thing is, she voted present mainly, as far as I can tell, because one, the thing that they chose to impeach him on, yes, factually speaking, it's not a question. He did the thing, but the way that it's going to turn out, as far as the political machinations are concerned, it's not going to be based in fact. It's just going to be based in pure politics, like pure my tribe is bigger than your tribe kind of thing.
Yes, this is for the legislative, not the judicial section. And the legislative section says, you fucked up, you did these things, get the fuck out. You know, it ain't like, look, it ain't like if
it was judicial, that's what it would be like, but that's not what it is.
If it's judicial, you got to prove intent. You got to prove all this other shit. He goes on actual trial. You know, that ain't this. This is, did you fuck up? And it's public opinion to how far it's going to go. And I think that's where it's stupid. But this is why Trump packed the courts, especially in his favor, because no matter what you do, they all say, I'm Republican, I'm on Trump's side, so you're not going to get a conviction there. And the Senate is predominantly Republican, so you're not going to get a conviction there. And when I say dominant, all right, that's because it don't matter if they got a D next to their name. When they act like a Republican and vote like a Republican, but then say we need to fight the Republicans, fuck them. They're Republicans.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. There's nothing. I have no issue with what you just said.
Because fuck them. Now, Tulsi, I get it. It's not judicial in that sense. I get that. However, there was a quid pro quo. He used extortion. He has lied countless times. He has literally obstructed justice by firing everyone to keep the investigation from going. Therefore, there is no, I'm in the middle. No. He fucked up, he got to go. If I fuck up, I got to go. So this motherfucker, who's supposed to be a servant towards me, needs to fucking go. It's that simple. Did you do the thing or not? Yes. Bye.
I completely agree.
So she fucked up. She shouldn't be doing that.
I completely agree that it's a fuck up, but it's not selling out. It's not her being a Trump apologist or anything like that. Because on the same time that she did that, she basically did this thing that is also a stupid move, honestly, but at least it does the exact same thing as this particular attempt at impeachment does. She wants to censure him, which is basically just saying, you did bad. We all disapprove of this. That's essentially what it is. That's all it is. And it's such a stupid thing that it doesn't do anything. Like, I'm like, okay. Steve King got censured too, and and there's a halfway decent chance he gets reelected to his office. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, bad people always win. That's just fucking life. The worse you are, the better chance you got at succeeding. It sucks. However, I'm gonna say this. Mark my words, because this is the beginning. Slowly and surely, from now until next year, roughly this time, Tulsi is going to move to the right while keeping her ideologies, her policies. And slowly but surely, they will crumble with caveats. It will be, I'm for Medicare for all, but, I think women's rights are important, but it's going to be all of that shit. I promise you that.
Are you trying to take it close?
You can promise me that all day. I'm not going to take that seriously and compare.
I don't need you to take it
You know what I mean?
seriously, but I need you to take it all the way to the bank when it happens. You can laugh at me now. You can laugh at me now, but you'll be holding your head in shame
I'm never gonna
when it
laugh at you, man.
happens.
You got enough respect on that. But as far as it's just not going to work out that way. Like, it's not. If it does work out that way, I'll be so surprised. I'll be as surprised as the surprised Pikachu. I don't know.
Pikachu.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
I am going to say something that every other person out there won't say. Kyle won't say it. Jank, Kasperian, none of them. Jackson, J.R. Jackson, they will not say this shit, what I'm about to say. Now, what Tulsi is doing, the fact that she's doing the whole present thing and not, hey, he messed up and we should not have someone like that representing us, period. That's where she should be automatically, no apologies. The fact that there's a middle ground. Hold up. The fact that there's a middle ground, because the way she worded it, when they asked her about it, it was right in the middle, and I understood each side, and I get it. I do get it. However, she should be trying to get this fuck out, and then get Pence out, because Pence, as soon as he is sworn in, if Trump leaves, Pence will already have been breaking the law by existing. All right? But the truth is, and this is the thing that I'm going to say that nobody else will, the reason I'm saying all of this is because I have seen the patterns before, and instead, I don't want to sit here and hold on to hope and then be heartbroken later. I'd rather already just know this shit is coming, so when it happens, I can be like, yep, and that's it. So I'm not surprised,
On that kind of thing, I never had hope to begin with on this kind of thing, so it's not that big a thing.
You got hope.
I'm just giving her the benefit of the. It's not the doubt, because it's not. There's nothing to doubt here. It's the benefit of seeing that she hasn't actually broken with her ideology. That's it. It's as simple as that. I'm not saying that this makes her more right, less right. It don't matter to me.
Look, you bend over and you let somebody get the tip in, the shaft is coming. All right, that's just it. And once the shaft is in, then you might think they're gonna pull out, but no one's ever pulled out of a war. They're gonna ram right back in there. It's gonna be a surge. And then that extra surge you feel, it's going to be some troops on the ground in a tunnel headed to the wrong area. That's what's going to happen. So you might as well just deal with the shit.
CJ has too much, man.
Is that too graphic?
You said yes.
You see me laughing. That's what happens, though. That's that shit. I'm telling you.
All right. Look. The thing is, you're right. None of those people are ever going to say that.
No, they're not. They're never going to
But
say
that's not-
I'm protecting myself so I don't get fooled or anything, because she has a platform, and I love Tulsi's platform. I love her policies. However, she started her rhetoric is subtly just in the midst. It's in the onset of change. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and over the months keep hearing now she's done this. Now she said this. And I'm like, but wait a minute. Her platform is still strong. She's still fighting for the little people, and then yada yada yada, and so forth and so forth. And then in another year or two, all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, why have I been supporting this Republican? I'm just like, look, I'm gonna get ahead of it and just say fuck it. That's what I'm doing.
You wanna know what I think the only actual change has happened with Tulsi Gabbard?
What?
More people have believed in the smears. And
I haven't heard any smears.
Well, like you know the smears that I've talked about several 100,000 times.
I would like to say I do, but I done thought about so much shit. I can't remember. I just forgot I drank water. All right, so shit.
Well, okay. God damn it! I'm playing a game at the same time. I'm sorry.
See?
Anyway,
Put the game down.
What was I saying? There's like the smears that she has more right-wing support than any other whatever.
Oh man, I don't listen to that
Right?
shit. That's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's stupid too. What other stupid shit has David Duke or some other right winger has supports her. Like,
That's some stupid shit.
Yeah, that's stupid shit. I don't care. I don't give a shit about.
I don't give a fuck who supports. I don't give a fuck if Hitler came back from the grave and was like, Tulsi Gabbard. You know, I don't give a shit. I'm like, it ain't about who supports her. It's about what she does. You know, what does she say? What does she do? Everyone else can
here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with that. When enough people believe that kind of smear, they start trying to twist every little thing they can to accommodate that belief. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. They do confirmation bias even if they didn't think of that shit in the first place. It's just, I want to be negative to Tulsi. Somebody says some shit. I believe that shit. Why? Because I'm stupid. That's what happens.
Right. And when you're that hated, there are just some level of things that people are going to believe about you, even if it's outrageously stupid, and you know that it's outrageously stupid.
Oh yeah, if I ran for president, somebody would say I raped a purple dragon last Sunday. So that's what they would do. They'd be like, yep, Cedric had his legs up and was fucking him in the ass. That's what's going to happen. And I'm going to be like, you know what? That dragon was awesome. I'll be like, all right, you know what? You got a purple dragon, and I'm going to get to him too. I would just roll with it. I'm like, you want to make up a lie, I'm going to roll with it. You know, some old dumb shit.
That is the correct strategy. I endorse that strategy.
Like, you know what? Cedric supports Hitler. Yes, I do. And when that some bitch comes to the United States and attack everybody, I'm gonna be right at his side, right there, and be like, when Adolf Zombie Hitler just decides to fuck y'all up, I am with him.
And when Zombie Hitler rises from the grave, he will be the next Jesus.
Yep. And then I'll be like, and Hitler, but see, Hitler will be able to say, you know what? I'm actually here. You know, y'all say Jesus rose, but I don't see him. I'm fighting this war by myself. I'm like, no, I'm right next to you. He'd be like, nope, I'm fighting by myself. He's like, you know what I hate more than Jews? I'd be like, fuck, and then I just walk away. Yeah. Like, all right, see y'all, I tried to work with him and I can't do it. He hates me too much.
But you see that You see how that kind of smear just makes everything sound worse than it is?
Yep.
That's how I feel is what's going on with Tulsi. As far as like the present or
Yeah, the present thing, I go on that just as
because here's
as
the thing.
it is, not what others are saying about it.
Hey, let me just tell you this right now.
Go ahead.
The thing that she put as a bill to say, hey, people vote on this, right?
Yeah.
To censure the president. The thing with the censure is what it does is it just says Trump bad. But the way that it says Trump bad is it basically lists all of the things that he should have been impeached over and more. And that is basically doing what this actual impeachment is doing, because this actual impeachment isn't going to work. So, and if it would have worked, if the actual impeachment is going to work on a nonpartisan basis, which isn't going to happen because the Republicans are straight up delusional psychopaths. And I don't mean the average Republican, even though on average I would say that's true. I'm talking about all of the Republicans in office are straight up psychopaths, delusional psychopaths.
I wouldn't call it. I don't think they're delusional at all. I think they're just psychopaths and sociopaths. I really don't think they're delusional. I don't think they have any, because here's the thing. They have to talk in a way that will get their base to support them. That's all they got to do. So it's 101.
All right,
and it's
all right.
bugging me.
I can buy that to a certain degree. Because
okay, think about this.
But here's the thing. I'm just giving them the benefit of the stupid. It's not the benefit of the doubt, it's the benefit of the stupid.
The base is stupid. The base is stupid. Those who are elected are idiots that finally get the power that they want. That's it.
Right.
I mean, if you got a kid and your kid says, I am going to campaign on getting all the cookies and you keep getting me cookies, and you're like, I'm not really for that campaign. And they're like, you will, trust me. And they talk about how sugar's in short supply, and because of that, people are going to get sick. They aren't going to know where to get their sugar. We got to import it. We got to export it more. We got to start manufacturing it. We might even have to make a cheap substitute. And you're like, you don't need sugar. It's all good. And then they give you, and what they do is they say, look, I want you to eat this pickle. And you eat it, and it's all sour. And they're like, now, here's a pickle with sugar. And they're like, it's a little sour, but the sugar does make it a little better. And they're like, that's right. And then they get all their friends who happen to what? Love sugar. And now you're outvoted immediately. That's it. That's game over. So now, what are they doing? They're saying, fuck you. We're going to help her get all the sugar. And they don't get any. They don't get any. But they love sugar. But they don't get any. And they want to make sure you don't get any. Because you just want free sugar. You see the pattern?
Okay. One moment.
Yeah.
I need to pause.
All
Hello?
right. I'm back. Got the recording going. Because I was trying to entertain the people. And I just said, fuck it. I'll just have to splice it together and whatnot.
Yeah, I understand.
I might do it as
I also had to let the dogs out because the other humans are not here.
Ow, I can't grip that. That hurt.
So it took me a little longer than I expected, obviously. Also, I do have a semi-time limit because I am going to go out to dinner when they get back in like 20 or so minutes.
Cool. No problem. Yeah, I know that you don't usually do this when you're at home because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you help me move some of this stuff off? Put it somewhere. I need to set him somewhere. And okay, so trying to get back to. Wait a minute. I gotta move.
So,
Okay.
to get back to where we were at, the reason why it's not her basically saying Trump is exonerated of the stupidity that is Trump is the easiest way to say that. I don't know. Is basically because you can't say that she's not being anti-Trump for this vote specifically, only because she is doing, like, on the practical level, she is doing exactly the same thing as the Democrats that are doing this. You know what I mean?
She's doing the same shit that the establishment, that's the problem.
Right.
I don't like that she is not.
What I mean by that is it is better than what the establishment is doing with this impeachment, because it calls him out. If what they did to begin with was censure Trump to begin with, and actually said, "Hey, this is our plan. We're gonna censure this guy," then what they could have done is essentially say, "All right, look, these are all the things that we basically consider crimes, and you should also consider crimes. So let's vote on if you think these are crimes," right? And if all the Republicans, and if it became a tribalistic thing on tribalistic lines, then here's what the Democrats could have done. Because it was on those tribalistic lines, then you can say, wow, look at these Republicans. They think you're stupid. They think that you think that all of these obviously crimes aren't crimes. If the Democrats did that to start with, then her move would have actually been not just smart, but correct. But because she did this during the impeachment thing, it's not going to land. Because the Democrats are going to be like, oh, this doesn't do anything. We're doing impeachment. But at the same time, that's basically the exact same thing they're doing right now.
You keep using the word censure. And
censure.
Yeah, going on that.
Right.
Going on censure, this is what is based on the word censure. On that, then I don't give a fuck about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because a censure it's nothing. A censure is
nothing. I don't agree with it as a strategy, but like it is something they could have done if they were, smart and competent, but they're not. They're not smart and competent.
I want to put people. I don't want to just use words and not explain what they are. And so I decided to do an Ecosia search, and so censure, and this and I'm not clicking to go to the main sites. These are the snippets that show up when you do the search. But censure, definition of censure by Merriam-Webster. So a censure definition is a judgment involving condemnation. That's what that one says. Right. Then censure, legal definition of censure. Okay, so censure, a formal public reprimand for an infraction or violation. From time to time, deliberative bodies are forced to take action against members whose actions or behavior runs counter to the group's acceptable standards for individual behavior. So basically, I am going to show that I don't like that you went against what we're doing. And that's it.
Yeah, that is basically what all it does.
And
which is why I think it's a useless it's a useless paradigm.
Yes,
but
it's
at
useless.
But at least if they were smart enough to use the useless paradigm in a useful way, I could respect it. But it's just, it's slightly better than what the Democrats are doing. That is all I'm really saying.
I wish people would understand this shows that the Democrats have failed and the Republicans are putting on a sideshow.
Yep.
All right. A few Republicans were like, yeah, let's do this. Why? Because if you put him up there without getting absolute concrete evidence, showing intent, showing the pattern, and taking it to the Supreme Court instead, all right, what that does is just say, slap on the wrist, go away.
Right.
And so he has to serve the rest of his term and even get reelected as someone who has been impeached. And that is what you call, a shame. And so I'm like, he still goes down in history as president, or the Pospidus, the piece of shit president of the United States. That's the Pospidus. But and it's nothing's happening. So that's why it's imperative for those who cite themselves as progressive or progressive leaning, as she called herself a few times, to show, hey, in solidarity, fuck this guy. Now, I'm going to tell you how fair I am, all right? I don't like Trump. I hate his stupid, bigoted, racist ass. I can't stand his oligarchic, desired little fuck. I can't stand him. However, he can be racist. He can be for the big donors. He can only be for the elite. He can be bigoted all the fucking hell. He can. But I hate it? Yes. But if he doesn't do anything wrong, if he doesn't hurt anyone, if he doesn't lead to actions that cause any American to die, then I can't say shit. I don't like him, but he ain't fucking shit up. He's just in there, and that's about it. I have no problem. The problem is he is in there consistently every hour of the day breaking the emoluments clause, so much so that while he's getting money from these properties of his, he's using taxpayer money to pay for it, and all that money goes back into his pockets. That alone is money laundering, basically. It is in your face money laundering. It is breaking the emoluments clause on two fronts. It's worse than the Clinton Foundation. The Clinton Foundation was, hey, give to this charity, big donors, give to these charities, give it a tax write-off. That means you owe less taxes. Matter of fact, they might give you money, and while you're doing that, all that money you put in the charity, it goes into our pockets. And we'll use taxpayer money to give you subsidies, welfare. Corporations are the biggest welfare people on the planet. They get the most. And that's why people, Republicans, y'all in the Mid-South, y'all in the Bible Belt, don't get much benefit from the government for welfare because they're using all that money to give to corporations. Oh, sure, we could drive on roads with no holes. We could do that. We could have bridges that work. We could have, railroads that can be upgraded to, maybe mag trains or something like that. But no, we got to give that money to corporations. Why? Because corporations got to use that money to cover the multitudes of lawsuits that are hitting them for little chump change that they don't feel. It's a cycle, and the only ones that can break the cycle are the ones that vote these people in, and that's us. Tulsi Gabbard, I don't like what she did. I don't like her voting present. My like, while that's just something for up here, in the grand scheme of things, my like don't mean jack shit. It don't. My like, my dislike, it don't mean anything. However, I am hoping that people that out there that vote, that care, that hear my voice, I spark thoughts within them. And what they hear from me makes them think past their own nose. Do tiny bits of research. Listen to not what's said about them, but what they themselves are saying. Judge yourself from them and not what someone says about them. And I try to tell you what they've said, and I comment on the shit. That's what I try to do. And there will be times I get it wrong, which is why you have to research this shit yourself as well. I will not be accurate. It's impossible. I'm a flawed being. I cannot be 100% accurate. I may get a word wrong. I might get a sentence slightly backwards. I might get the date wrong or something like that. Everything else right, but the date wrong. Or who they spoke to. I might get what they say and who they are accurate, but who they spoke to could be wrong. And so when you listen to say, well, they got that thing wrong, so he don't know shit at all. No matter how accurate as I am everywhere else, they can say, since I got those things wrong, everything is wrong. And that means your friend is a piece of shit. Because they ain't worried about what's right. They just worried about what's wrong. I'm worried about both. And that's important. And currently, at this very stage, while Tulsi Gabbard is still progressive leaning, she's also exploiting a bit that she may be compromised on her own self. She might be. Not saying she is.
The compromise thing is where like that's a harsh way to say it, and in my opinion an inaccurate way to say it, because that's saying that you're the rules that you set for yourself you have broken.
I don't know about her.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like. That's what I'm saying as far as the compromise thing. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk about the compromise thing. I don't want this to be over. It's a conversation.
I agree, and I will be back some other time.
All
but
righty.
You know how things are.
All righty.
All righty then. Talk to you later, man.
You get the last words.
Bye.